You've probably felt it before. The environment around you is completely quiet, completely safe, yet your heart is racing like a snare drum. It's a state of high alert that never seems to turn off. You find yourself constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, scanning the horizon for the next disaster, or letting the shadows of your past convince you that the future holds nothing but danger. To understand this, look at this fear-driven system. Notice how external events bypass the brain's logical processing centers. Instead, they feed directly into an oversized avoidance loop. You stop living to pursue purpose and start living to evade pain. This prolonged state of alarm does more than drain your energy. It alters your self-perception. Over time, you begin to accept this constant low-grade panic as your actual personality, believing that being anxious is simply who you are. But accepting dread as your default setting traps you. You end up building a self-imposed prison for your own mind, locking the door from the inside and surrendering your agency to an invisible warden. An ancient text offers a completely different diagnosis. 2 Timothy says that God did not give us a spirit of fear. That tells us something crucial. Paralyzing dread is not your biological default. It is an alien intruder. Recognizing fear as an unlawful occupant is the required first step to evicting it. You have to clearly define it as something foreign to your design before you can take back sovereignty over your own mind. To execute that eviction, we are given 3 specific tools. This model breaks them down, starting with the first pillar, power. This is external, divine support that kicks in precisely at the moment your own willpower gives out. The second tool is love. When you truly grasp that you are profoundly, unconditionally cared for by your Creator, it neutralizes the instinct to cower. The psychological need to protect yourself dissolves because you know you are already protected. The final tool is a sound mind, or self-discipline. This acts as a clarifying filter. It allows you to decouple your decision-making from sudden, chaotic emotional spikes. Combined, power, love, and a sound mind serve as the functional components of your mental liberation. So how do you actually deploy this hardware when the panic sets in? You use a practical method we can call the ward counterattack. Right now, think of a specific fear that regularly haunts you. Maybe it's the fear of public failure, the dread of a sudden illness, or the anxiety that you'll end up completely alone. The mechanics of the counterattack involve speaking the truth out loud. You actively reject the origin of that fear by saying, "This is not from God. I claim my spirit of power, love, and a sound mind." Your brain operates on repetition. When you vocalize a new truth, you interrupt the automatic cycle of the amygdala. Over time, this consistent interruption weakens the physical neural pathways that house your panic. This process allows the brain to reallocate its resources to the newly established logic of these affirmations. By repeating this resistance, you pull down the walls of your captivity brick by brick. You train your nervous system to align with your spiritual reality. Once you step outside that prison, the entire operating system of your life shifts. You transition to a promise-driven system. Your primary goal is no longer surviving the day or dodging the next disaster. You are living out in the open, reflecting divine glory. But while cognitive tools and mental exercises are highly effective, permanent freedom requires something deeper. It requires a direct connection to the architect who designed the system. This is where a simple prayer of salvation comes in. It is a conscious decision to align your will with a higher authority, replacing internal chaos with an external anchor. If you are exhausted by the endless cycle of dread, you can make that connection right now. Just repeat these words. Lord Jesus, I am tired of living in fear. I believe you died to set me free. Please forgive me, take control of my life, and replace my anxiety with your perfect peace. If you just prayed that, you have successfully acquired a new divine DNA. To solidify this commitment, go to the comments below and type this exact declaration. I have a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. And don't keep this to yourself. Sharing this video is like passing the means of escape to another mind still trapped in the dark. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.